Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Geeks with Opinions podcast, where we talk everything in movies, TV, and video games.
We're geeks, and we have opinions about things.
That we do. I'm Matt Corchado, and he's Caleb Sherman, and we're going to dive right in.
Hello.
Our first topic today is that Game of Thrones Season 6. Amazing.
It happened. Stuff happened in Season 6.
A lot of stuff happened, Sherman.
So this was the first season that was mostly off book, right?
Yeah.
So there wasn't any source material for a lot of stuff that happened. So a lot of people were sort of worried that they weren't going to have a template to follow and stuff, and it's unclear how much of it is actually going to happen in the books. But I think they did a pretty good job for not having any source material.
I think after just watching the series one time, I probably have to go back and watch all of them again. But right now, as it stands, this is probably my second or third favorite season.
Yeah, I would still say the first season really sort of set the bar.
Yeah, that was perfect in every way.
Yeah, I mean, this season had a lot of good moments, a lot of really great moments. But it was really the first season where at the end of it, the heroes kind of won.
Yeah.
It's weird.
We didn't see a crazy death that we just wanted to kill ourselves over after watching the season.
I mean, except when anyone asks you to hold the door for them.
Oh, okay.
You're going to break down.
You just had to break my heart, didn't you? I mean, my favorite storyline probably this season was Sansa's. Probably.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed where they took that character.
Yeah, it was really cool. For the first time in a while, we saw Stark children meet up with each other.
Yeah.
And although, I mean, if you really look back to the first season, Jon and Sansa never had an actual scene together. The only time they were actually together is the first episode.
Right, in that big mess hall.
No, it was
They were in that big mess hall eating. Oh, yeah, he was outside, just kidding.
Outside,
yeah.
But they were both standing there when the king and queen and them rode up. But Jon was sort of standing in the back, and the main Stark children were standing up front.
Right.
But they never actually had lines together. So, on one hand, it was a little bit weird because this was actually the first time we'd seen them acting together, but it was also really nice just to see some of the children back together.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then we get Arya moving her way up. I mean...
Yeah, a lot of people voiced their displeasure with her story.
Even I did. I didn't like her story for a long time because of she went stupid for a single episode where she just failed.
Right.
I don't know what she was thinking.
We're talking about an arc that essentially was started in season 2 when she first met Jack and Hagar.
Yeah.
And she goes to Bravos and she starts training to be an assassin. We're like, where's this going? Where's this going? Like, none of us really thought that she was actually going to become a faceless man.
Right.
But we were sort of expecting a little bit of a better climax to that story. And I think, what was it, episode 8? To where,
yeah.
Well, in episode 7, I think, she gets in that little cave or wherever she's at, and she has the candle, and she has Needle with her, and she's, ready for anything. And then the next episode, she's just strolling through town, throwing money at people, speaking very loudly, like, oh, I'm going to sail to Westeros tomorrow. And then she's just on a bridge without her sword when there's assassins trying to kill her. And she knows they're trying to kill her, but she's like, nah, I'll be fine.
It didn't make any sense at all. That's the only thing I had a problem with the entire time. But, I mean, the way they ended her story in this season was probably the most perfect way they could have ended her storyline this season. I mean, it's not over, obviously, but...
Yeah, that was probably one of, if not my favorite moments of the whole season.
Yeah, I legit chanted. I was like, yes!
Me too. Like, you knew there was something off about that girl in that episode.
Yeah, she kept looking at Jamie. Well, at first I just thought she was into Jamie because what girl in the kingdom isn't into Jamie, even with his little metal hand? But still, people are into him. But
I think it's gold. But
okay, whatever.
Yeah, and then she gives him a pie made from his sons.
Oh my gosh. She's like, pie. Oh, they're right here. And then you see a thumb or a toe sticking up. Oh,
crap.
And then she rips off her face. I'm Arya Stark. And I was like, oh. Yeah, I freaked out.
He should have just stayed at cleaning at Hogwarts.
Yes, he should have.
Instead of killing Starks left and right. Because he got his comeuppance for sure.
Another one of my favorite moments was the parallel back to when Robb was the King of the North, and they chanted the King of the North, the King of the North, and then Jon had that same parallel in this season. It was really cool.
Yeah, well, it was interesting, like, because for a while it was Robb and his mom, Catelyn, and now it's Jon and Sansa, who is a lot like Catelyn.
Right.
So, and there was some friction between Robb and Catelyn at times, so... Yeah. They sort of foreshadowed.
Well, we saw it with, she gave Littlefinger the look after they had their little talk about how Littlefinger wants them to be together and ruling the kingdom or whatever, and he believes she is the rightful Stark leader.
Well, technically she is.
Well, yeah, she is, but I just believe that Jon has more experience, he led the Night's Watch, so I mean, I don't know. And you could see that, I don't know if they were alluding that she doesn't trust him again, but I don't know.
Well, she doesn't trust anyone completely, I think.
She had that ripped away from her for a lot of people.
She trusts that Jon will keep her alive and keep her safe, but she doesn't necessarily trust that he'll always make the right decisions. And
we saw that in the Battle of the Bastards when she went behind his back and contacted Littlefinger.
Yeah.
For the Knights of the Vale, right? Yeah, the Knights of the Vale.
Yeah, because if Jon knew the Knights of the Vale were coming, he would have obviously waited.
Right.
But on the other hand, Ramsay probably would have found out that the Knights of the Vale were on his side, and they would have prepared for a siege instead of meeting them in the battlefield. So it kind of worked out for the best.
It was a good tactic, yeah.
Yeah. Well, honestly, Ramsay proved to be a really good tactician in that episode.
He blew me away with how he set up the battlefield and how he wanted to do. He's like a chess player on the battlefield. It was incredible.
While it was very evil, he knew that he was going to be able to get Jon away from his army with luring him out there with Rickon and stuff.
Yeah, that was not fun. Even though we don't have really an emotional attachment to Rickon, you saw in Jon's face that he had an emotional attachment, and that was good writing and good acting.
If you remember back in season 1 or 2, I think, they hinted that Rickon might be able to warg as well, but they never really explored that. Because remember, Rickon was having the same visions as Bran, because they both went to the crypt because they saw visions of their dad.
Well, I mean,
but
doesn't matter now.
Yeah, it does not matter now. Well, speaking of Bran would actually technically be
he's the rightful king or whatever of the North.
Yeah, basically. But he had a very after missing season 5, he came back in a big way.
Oh yeah,
in this season for sure.
After seeing this season, I'm really glad they kept him out of a season because it built him up, and it was perfect how they did that. Well, it made sense.
Yeah, if they would have had him in last season, they wanted to get to all these points this season, so they would have been just twiddling their thumbs for a whole season, basically.
It made a lot of sense why they kept him out.
Yeah, meeting Benjen Stark again, who is sort of alive, sort of dead.
Yeah, he's like half White Walker or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he said that he can't pass through the wall because of the spells. Spells, right? But Bran presumably still has that mark from the White Walkers on his arm.
Right.
So my thinking is either A, he won't be able to pass through the wall, or B, once he does pass through the wall, he'll break the spells and the wall might fall down.
That would be insane and would be awful because the White Walkers would just, nothing's stopping them at all now.
I mean, the wall's gonna have to come down though. That's the
obviously, but
the only way that the White Walkers are gonna be able to put up a fight against the people.
Speaking of the North and Jon, we finally get the reveal of him being a Targaryen. Well, kind of.
You know, I mean, he's half Targaryen.
Yeah.
It, I think HBO actually officially confirmed on one of their websites with the little family lineage infographic that Jon is in fact the son of Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen, which means that he is the nephew of Daenerys.
Right.
So that right now there are probably only 2 characters in the entire show that know this, though. There's Bran, who knows it because of a vision.
Right.
And also probably Howland Reed, which is Mira, the girl with Bran.
Right.
Her father, who was in the Tower of the Joy sequence with Ned. He was the dude that stabbed Arthur Dayne
in the back. Yeah.
Yes, and he was like the only other one left alive after that, except for the handmaidens in the tower. But I don't think
we're gonna get a scene with a handmaiden telling Jon Snow.
So, but I mean, Bran can't just come back and say, "Hey, Jon, you're half Targaryen because of a vision I had," and everyone will believe him. Like, there's gonna have to be some sort of definitive, real life proof before it can make an actual impact on the story, I think.
Yeah, I don't really know how they're going to give us a definitive proof, though.
Well, a lot of people think there might be something in the crypt by Lyanna's grave that would maybe have, I don't know, maybe some sort of physical proof. I mean, they don't exactly have a DNA test in Westeros. But, I mean, this is interesting. Like, will Jon eventually team up with Daenerys? Will they
I hope so.
Antagonists to each other? That's a great question. Speaking of Daenerys, she is coming to Westeros after 6 seasons.
With a lot of ships.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
There was like a little bit of controversy over where that last scene took place, like because Varys was on that ship and they had the Dornish army and the Tyrell army or fleet with them. So did they go back to Meereen and then sail back to Westeros, or did they meet up at Dorne, and that's where they're sailing from?
I'm going to go with meet up at Dorne. That makes the most sense.
That would make a lot more sense. And I think it'll be interesting where they go next season, because they can't just, like, in the first episode show up at King's Landing.
They're definitely going to have... I think Theon's cousin... No, his uncle, I think he's going to show up, cause some trouble.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's after them.
Euron Greyjoy, he'll probably be one of the main antagonists of next season, especially for Daenerys, because, I mean, they're going to build apparently 1,000 ships, even though the Iron Islands don't have a lot of trees.
Yeah, he's just like, let's build 1,000 ships. Everybody just standing around. Sure.
Okay, dude, we'll get right on that. But overall, like, I think obviously the 2 best episodes were 9 and 10.
Oh my gosh. The 10th episode, the beginning with Cersei, that just blew my mind. The score for that, I've listened to it on repeat constantly since then, and it just fit the theme so perfectly. I love how she finally got her revenge, and I love how she did it, foreshadowing The Godfather in the most perfect way possible. I loved it.
It was funny. They were replaying that episode on HBO last week, and my sister was in the room, and I was just wanted to watch that first part.
Yeah.
And they kept getting mad at me, like, "What do you mean this first part's so long?" And I'm just like, just wait. I want to watch this first part. And after the place blew up, what's the Sept?
Yeah.
After the Sept blew up, she was like, "There's too much death in this show," and I just sort of smirked. And then, of course, the scene finally ends of Tommy taking a swan dive out the window. I'm like, well, there's even more death.
Yeah, that was. At least she didn't watch Battle of the Bastards. I mean, there's
That's
piles
true.
of bodies that John was just
man.
getting suffocated under,
Honestly,
giving me anxiety while watching it.
To me, that was up there with Lord of the Rings in terms of like actual war scenes.
Oh yeah, the budget for
movie.
this show, I would love to see it because I don't know how they do some of the stuff they do on a TV show.
Crazy. Just the first part of all the horses colliding into each other, that was so absurdly violent.
It was amazing.
I would say Battle of the Bastards is my favorite episode just because of that action sequence. I thought it was so... I mean, Winds of Winter was amazing, but...
I'd have to go with Winds of Winter just because that opening sequence blew me away in every single way. But, I mean, I can see why you'd pick Battle.
Yeah.
It was a great episode.
But speaking of Season 7, looks like we're not going to be getting it next April.
Yeah, unfortunately. Makes me want to cry a little bit inside.
They're postponing the start date of filming Season 7 to this winter, and they're saying they're doing it because they want... For all the places where they film, they want a more wintry setting.
It makes sense. I'm just, greedy and want the season as quickly as possible. So.
I mean, it means that winter is officially here on the show.
Like Sansa said, yeah.
I'm excited. Like, will we see snow in King's Landing? I think that would be pretty cool.
Dude, with the dragon showing up too.
Oh
my gosh, I would nerd out a little bit.
That would be really cool. But my guess is it'll either premiere next July, like summertime, or next fall would be my guess.
I'm okay with both of those times.
Yeah, I mean, since we only have like 13 episodes left of the show,
just don't remind me of that. That's so sad. That's so sad.
I don't mind waiting a little more if it's gonna be good. And I think the episodes are gonna be longer.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they'll be an average.
Like they did with the last 2 episodes. They made them a little bit longer.
I think they'll be an average of about 60 minutes. So we won't actually be losing that much show. It'll just be longer episodes and more expensive episodes. And
I am
like
okay with that.
Yeah, me too. So that's
a wrap on our Game of Thrones segment.
Let's move on. So Star Wars Celebration is coming up.
Woo!
And
I wish we could go.
Yeah, in London starts this upcoming Friday.
Yeah,
and
15th.
We're reportedly getting the second trailer for Star Wars Rogue One, A Star Wars Story.
Stupid name. Gonna be a great movie. I don't care.
But apparently, the report is it's gonna be 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Probably confirms that Darth Vader is going to show up in this trailer, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yes, it will be.
What do you want to see from the trailer?
What I want to see from the trailer, obviously, Darth Vader.
Right.
What I should more accurately say what I don't want to see. Okay. I don't want to see the whole flippin' movie, because 3 minutes is a long trailer. Mm-hmm. It's extremely long, and it's a scary long. I don't know if they're making up for all these stupid reshoot stuff that they're trying to, give more faith to the fans. I don't know. I don't get it. But
be what they're trying to do,
I don't want to see too much. I want a little bit more character development maybe in the trailers, because I don't really feel like I know the characters at all, besides those little Entertainment Weekly descriptions. But, I don't know. Maybe a little bit more of that, but don't give away too much, please.
I just want one shot of Darth Vader. I don't want... Maybe of him just standing there and him igniting his lightsaber. Or
I'd be completely fine with him just breathing.
Yeah.
And saying a line. Breathing and saying a line after the trailer cuts black, I would probably cry a little bit, because that would give me chills, honestly.
I mean, having James Earl Jones back for Star Wars Rebels has been amazing.
Oh, definitely.
Actually seeing Darth Vader on screen again, apart from... saying, no!
Yeah. Where's Padme? Gosh, shut up. Stupid prequels. Don't even get me started. I hate them. I hate them all.
But if you're wondering how you can watch it, so the panel for Rogue One is going to be live streaming on YouTube, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, I think.
Yeah.
So they'll probably live stream the trailer as well towards the end of that panel.
Yeah, kind of like they did with
Yeah.
episode 7 last year.
Right, but they're also apparently showing the trailer that night because on ABC.
There's a Star Wars special, isn't there?
Yeah, well, ABC is showing the documentary of episode 7, which is on the Blu-ray.
Right.
So most of you have probably already seen it, but
what's another watch gonna hurt you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're also they're gonna show the trailer then too. But by then, I'm assuming most geeks will have already watched it by
definitely.
then. I know I will.
People are still gonna go crazy at Celebration though.
So besides Rogue One, what are you hoping to see from Celebration?
I want confirmation of an Obi-Wan movie. That's what I really want. I mean, I would love to see Ewan McGregor come back and just go ham because he was the only good thing about the prequels by far.
Yeah.
So I would love that. I would love at least a title for the Solo movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe the cast to come out. Maybe even, Han Solo himself come out.
Alden.
Yeah. That'd be really cool, but that's basically what I want. Maybe I'm still torn if I want an episode 8 teaser. I don't know. I feel like it's too far out. And
Honestly,
it would steal some thunder from Rogue One. So I don't know.
I just want the title of episode 8. I don't want a teaser. I just want the title.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just a poster. Not a poster in the sense of like the characters and stuff. Just like the poster of the logo, Star Wars, and the name of it.
Last time they give like a featurette of episode 7?
Did they?
I think they did give a featurette.
I think that was Comic-Con though.
Why not do it at Star Wars Celebration? That'd be
that
was
cool. That was like 4 or 5 months before the movie premiered.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're way out from the movie, so I mean,
we're over a year.
Yeah, so. I just feel they shouldn't steal too much thunder from
Rogue
One. So that's basically all I want.
Yeah. In other Star Wars news, apparently Episode 8 is done filming.
According to the great Mark Hamill himself.
Yeah. He actually tweeted. He tweeted a little GIF of Luke training with Yoda standing on his foot, and he was saying this, meaning the GIF of the Yoda training thing. This was easy compared to saying goodbye to the Ep8 #Ep8 crew. They've been like a family, and I'll miss them all. #so grateful.
He's so good on Twitter. I love everything he posts on Twitter about Star Wars. It's amazing.
Yeah. So, I don't know if this officially confirms that the movie is wrapped, and maybe it just means he is wrapped. But, is this reading too much into it, or is this his last Star Wars movie?
I think that's reading way too much into it. This is not Luke Skywalker's last Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I just have a hard time believing it. I can see Episode 9 maybe being his last one, but it would shock me if he died in Episode 8.
I think even if he were to die, though, I think he'd be in Episode 9 as a
Force Ghost. Yeah, that'd be cool, but I just don't want to see him die yet. I don't want them to just get a habit of killing all the old characters off. Sure, we got it with Han Solo. He wanted that for a long time. Who cares? But Mark Hamill is so great for this Star Wars franchise. And I don't know. I just don't see that.
We can give some of the old characters just a nice send-off.
Yeah.
Know? Like
you don't have to kill them all.
Have them live happily ever after instead, and maybe they die in old age.
Right.
Instead. But Luke is kind of an important character, and Leia, you can sort of shovel off, and it would make sense why she might not appear in future stories. But I mean, Luke,
if they killed Leia in this, I wouldn't be heartbroken.
No, I just don't see the point.
Yeah, no, there is no point. I just wouldn't be heartbroken.
I think after Episode 9, the only original trilogy characters that will still be there will be R2-D2 and Chewbacca would probably be my
guess. Not C-3PO?
Well, maybe, but I don't know if they might be worried to have a C-3PO not done by Anthony Daniels.
That's a good point, yeah.
But, I mean, you talk about R2-D2 and Chewbacca. They don't need a specific actor to portray them.
And, I mean, I would love to see Chewbacca go on future endeavors with Poe. That'd be really, really cool. I can see that happening.
For sure. Next bit of news. Thor Ragnarok has officially started filming, and Chris Hemsworth posted a little video to Instagram, and not a whole lot to say here, but is interesting. He's got a little bit more scruff on his face than usual.
I mean, I think that's just him not shaved yet. But it could mean that he's, I don't know, got a little depressed or something.
No, my theory is the villain is Hela, and I think maybe she teams up with Loki or something.
Yeah,
I think
I can see
at
that.
some point in this movie, Thor loses Mjolnir, and he probably will lose his locks, his precious locks. I'm guessing grow out a little bit of beard. He's gonna show up on some random planet, a sort of gladiator type planet where he has to fight for the amusement of others. Probably Jeff Goldblum's Grandmaster character. He's gonna sort of set up these matches, and he's gonna fight some people, and he's gonna just be sitting there, and all of a sudden he looks over and he's like, wait, what? Is that the Hulk? And the Hulk and him will sort of team up, and
it's gonna be I hope it's kind of like a buddy cop movie. I seriously can't wait for Thor and Hulk to be on the same screen alone together.
Right. So they're gonna have to take back control of Asgard.
Yeah. Some of the best scenes in the Avengers were just them, those two together.
For sure. I mean, and I think this is Marvel's sneaky way of doing a Planet Hulk storyline without actually having
right, because they don't have the rights or whatever.
Yeah, because Universal can make a solo Hulk movie, but Marvel Studios can't.
Which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, they can only use the character in other movies.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this works.
I'm fine with it,
super stoked about it.
Moving on with some more superhero news, we're going over to the DC side with Batman vs. Superman, the uncut version. So Sherman...
Ultimate?
Oh, whatever. Ultimate Edition.
Ultimate Edition. Wait, Batman v. Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition.
That's a mouthful. What did you think of it?
Well, I think first I should give my opinions on the theatrical cut. I thought it was mediocre.
Okay.
It underwhelmed, to say the least. I didn't hate it. And I also didn't love Man of Steel either. So I wasn't expecting a whole lot, so it didn't surpass my expectations. And I don't know, it has a lot of problems.
That's to say the least.
To say the least. One of the things that bothered me the most about the theatrical cut was just the editing was all over the place, and
the random cuts that didn't make any sense at all.
There was no character motivations for anything except
Superman was a
Batman.
Dopey little irritating, depressed child who didn't save people.
Yeah. And Batman murdered people. That was not...
Well, that's not out of the Ultimate Edition either, but which is unfortunate, but he was still good as Batman.
So the 3-hour Ultimate Edition of Batman vs. Superman, it fixes a lot of the editing issues.
It fixes a lot of the story problems.
Yeah.
That's what I was most proud of.
It makes... You were proud of it?
Oh, I mean, happy about, sorry. Yeah, I made it myself, guys.
Yeah, I think that it made a lot more sense in certain areas, like the Africa sequence with Superman, the incident or whatever they're calling it. And
I still didn't really care about it, but it definitely wrapped the story up together more, and it made it helped Lois Lane's storyline a lot more smooth.
And Clark Kent story stuff was a lot more fleshed out. Like his anger with Batman.
Because he actually went to Gotham, and we saw the scenes where he went to Gotham instead of him just hating Batman. Oh, he's Batman, and I hate him.
And not doing his job.
For a reason.
not reporting on sports and stuff.
Yeah, he was supposed to be reporting on football, but, screw football.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of this, though, we got a little Jon Stewart cameo.
Oh, yeah.
Not Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, Jon Stewart,
that was
comedian. Funny. Whatever. That's not relevant. But, yeah, I liked it better. But,
my favorite scene was when, after the big explosion in the Capitol building, Superman actually helped people.
I know.
Instead of just looking down at the ground, moping a little bit, and then flying off and saying, screw everybody that just got blown up. He actually helped people. It looked like Superman
Yeah.
And it felt like Superman. I don't know. It was a lot better. That scene, not the whole movie.
So the lead up to the Batman versus Superman fight was a lot better, but they didn't really cut out anything after that.
No.
So the fight was still, I think, a little underwhelming. It didn't really make sense why they fought. Like, Superman still only tries like for 2 seconds to reason with Batman,
right.
and then just throws him.
But I can make an argument that Lex Luthor, the annoying little twit, had his mother. Yes, I said annoying little twit because he's an annoying little twit. He's stupid. He's still stupid in the unedited version.
Still sucks.
But he had his mom, and he knew Batman was not going to reason. Even though he tried to reason with him, he knew he was not going to reason. Batman was just not having it. He hated Superman with everything he had. So I can give him a little slack for that, but I mean, he still could have tried to reason a little bit longer.
I mean, he could have just like flew up to him, ripped all of his armor off, and said, "Listen here, buddy. You need to shut up and listen to me for a
all he had to say was just Martha."
Martha.
And then it would have fixed everything. You'd be like, "Why'd you say that name?"
Oh no, we're best friends.
Yeah. Okay, that's still in the movie. It's stupid. We can move on from that. I think I rated it originally on IMDb a 5.
Yeah.
And I moved it up to a 6. No, I would move it up to a 6, the unedited version. Yeah, but I'm not moving my score because this isn't the version they put out in theaters, so I can't rate it.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, moving on. More DC news. Entertainment Weekly had some Suicide Squad portrait and mini descriptions, and the one that stood out the most was the Joker. I don't know how I feel about this. There was a quote in there saying, "Despite all his power, this clown prince of crime is having difficulty reuniting with true love Harley Quinn. A rift that has left him agitated and, well, slightly sad." I do not see the Joker as being a very sad person. I can see him being, like, crazy because he's the Joker. But sad because his girlfriend is not with him? What?
I like that maybe they're exploring the dysfunctional relationship between the Joker and Harley Quinn. But
sure.
If Joker's like sad about the breakup,
no, no, that's like something Batman would go kill people over, not Joker.
Yeah, because Batman apparently kills people now.
I mean, I just do not see the Joker sitting around moping. I don't know. I hope that's not a very accurate description, but
yeah, I think one of the plot points of the movie is going to be Joker trying to get Harley back.
Yeah.
And hopefully at the end we'll start to see that Harley figures out that she doesn't need the Joker.
Yeah.
Not that she turns into a good guy, but...
No, just being more independent.
Yeah. Especially since maybe they might be making a Harley Quinn movie or a sort of a female...
Did they confirm that, or was that just a rumor?
I think it was just a rumor, but...
Okay.
Yeah... Joker being sad feels a little bit...
It just feels weird. I can't imagine him being sad.
It feels a little bit on the hot topic-y side.
Yeah, I'm excited for Jared Leto's interpretation of the character, but I'm not looking to see him sad. I want to see the Joker go crazy, do some crazy stuff, mess with Batman, kill some people, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, same.
All right, moving on. Some more DC news. The CW is going to have shows on Netflix premiering 8 days after their premiere.
So yeah, starting this next season, because previously CW had a deal with Hulu.
Yeah.
So where they would show their episodes on Hulu, the newest episodes, but they didn't have a way for, if you were on Hulu, to watch all the backlog of all the previous episodes. So now, after every new season of a CW show, after the season finale, 8 days after the season finale, that whole season will be on Netflix. I mean, this isn't just the DC shows either. This is like, your Supernaturals, your whatever else.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, me too. Like,
because, I mean, Hulu, you can watch the shows or whatever, but they have commercials, number one, and you can only watch them the day after. You can't watch you can't binge a whole season on Hulu, can you?
No. So
with Netflix, you can just sit there for about, 48 hours and binge your whole series or season.
Season, yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but the only CW show I'm gonna watch next season is probably gonna be The Flash, like a week to week basis.
I might try Supergirl again.
Yeah,
I might
maybe.
try it.
But that maybe after the season finales, I might be more interested in going back and watching the seasons of Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl and stuff.
Arrow is one I'm taking a break from because after this last season, here's my review of it.
Wait, did you
it's
finish
turd.
It? Did you finish it?
No, I didn't finish it. I'm not going to finish it. It's turd. Yeah, that's my review. It's turd. You don't need to watch it. You don't even need to watch a single second. It's turd.
Well, yeah, we didn't even get to the spoilers death.
Oh, I don't care. I'm glad she's dead. Yeah. I don't care. Spoiler alert, she's dead. Not he, she. And I hope we're all on the same page at who we want to die.
Yeah,
she was off.
Yeah, I don't care about Arrow that much anymore.
I don't either. I just don't care, and I don't want to care. Well, I want to care, but I just don't.
Yeah.
Speaking of the CW shows and The Flash, a very awesome casting choice, I might add. Tom Felton is joining The Flash, and that is awesome. I am super excited about that because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and I thought he was one of the standouts in Harry Potter, so that's going to be really awesome to see him. I don't know what character he's playing, but yeah, it's going to be cool.
I don't think he's playing a specific comic book character, but I think he's playing sort of an antagonist to where he doesn't buy Barry's goody two shoes act.
Oh, okay.
Like he thinks that there's something off about him, and he's gonna try and figure it out. I think he also works at the police department.
So he's a cop,
he's
or an agent.
I think he's either a cop or like a CSI like Barry.
I think that's pretty cool. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a good actor, and
yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of unknowns because this is like the Flashpoint universe.
Oh my gosh, I love the Flashpoint animated movie.
Right.
And the story, just in general, the story is really cool.
So this is like a different alternate timeline universe kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we just don't know. Is he playing? Does Tom Felton's character have superpowers? Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. I guess we'll find out.
In other Flash news, Kevin Smith is coming back to direct season 3, episode 7.
I love this because almost every episode that he was confirmed to direct and he directed was probably my favorite episode of that season.
Well, I think he only directed one episode last season.
That was probably my favorite episode.
It was the episode where Barry was in the Speed Force.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking to his mom, which was the Speed Force.
It was really confusing, but it was really cool at the same time. I thought it was a really interesting take on the whole episode.
It was definitely one of the more memorable episodes of the last season. And, I mean, obviously, he's a big nerd, so...
Yeah.
Always good to have him
Indeed it is.
Moving on, James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, confirmed recently that the Skrulls are, in fact, not solely owned by Fox, but they are co-owned by Marvel and Fox. But it's actually, he says, some specific Skrulls are at Fox, but the species as a whole is owned by both
I think
Marvel
this is really
Fox.
cool, although I don't know much about Skrulls or anything.
Yeah, so...
I know that they're shapeshifters.
Right.
I think that's really awesome, so I'm really excited to see if they use them in a movie.
So they're like an alien race that their main ability is they can shapeshift, and there's a couple of key storylines they've been involved in. One is the Kree-Skrull War, which the Kree were introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Like, Ronan was a Kree, and like those two species have often warred in the comics. But I think the bigger storyline, it was called Secret Invasion.
Oh yeah.
Where like it starts off as a Marvel story and everything seems normal, but then like characters start doing things that maybe they wouldn't normally do, and they start do sort of maybe more evil things. You're like, what? Why are these characters doing this? And then it turns out, oh, actually they've been
Skrulls.
Replaced by Skrulls. And I think it's sort of a big mystery. And once the heroes start finding out, they're like, okay, who can we trust? Who is a Skrull? Who's not a Skrull? I would love to see that.
I think we definitely will see that.
And
eventually down the line.
Who knows? Maybe it's already happened. You know?
Oh my gosh, that would blow my mind.
Maybe there are already Skrulls here. We just don't know. I think that would be really
If you had to pick one character in the MCU right now that would be a Skrull, who is it?
Oh, it's got to be Captain America, right?
Oh, yeah. That would blow my mind. That was my pick, too. It would blow my mind.
That would be the coolest story point. It's just like you have... I mean, just like in the comics recently when everybody freaked out because...
Oh, yeah, he went Hydra or whatever.
He went Hydra for one issue. And
then,
and then
everyone went ape crap.
Yeah, the next issue they explained it. He's not actually Hydra.
Yeah.
But so like you can have Captain America maybe do some sketchy things, and you're like, what? Why would Captain America do that? And then
that'd be so cool.
It turns out he's not Captain America. He's a Skrull. And what they mean by some specific Skrulls, like there are like one of the Skrulls is there's a few, but they're called like Super Skrulls, and one in particular, like they can steal powers from people, and one of them combined the powers of the Fantastic Four. So like they can stretch, turn on fire, go invisible, and like turn into a rock thing at the same time. So that would make sense why they couldn't have that.
Right. That would be very OP though if we saw that in a Marvel cinematic universe.
But it also was interesting. Like it seems like it might be a bit of a race between Fox and Marvel to see who uses them first.
I kind of want to see Fox give a shot at it.
I'd rather be with
the
MCU.
I mean, I trust the MCU more, don't get me wrong, but I think it'd be really cool to see Fox do something other than an X-Men storyline that we just don't care about. #apocalypse, #it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably screw it up, though, let's be real.
Yeah, they probably will. Okay, I take back what I said. MCU, go for it.
Moving on.
We're going towards the end of the podcast.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to play around with a couple things here. I came up with an interesting idea. We both have strong opinions about certain things. So I thought it'd be fun if, to end each of our podcasts, we go with the rant of the week.
I'm down for that. I'm excellent at ranting.
Rant about certain things. And I thought we could start off. I think you have some strong opinions about the Ghostbusters
reboot. Boy. All right. Well, the Ghostbusters new movie. Okay, I like the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I think it's a funny horror movie, if that even makes sense.
Yeah.
It had some scary elements. I mean, I was little when I saw it, so it's probably not as scary anymore, but, I liked it. I thought it was funny. It had every element I wanted in a horror-funny movie. But this new one, I haven't seen it. I'm not going to see it. I don't care what the critics say. If I do see it, I'll see it when it comes out on DVD, maybe. The clips and the stupid trailers that they've been putting out have been awful. Mm-hmm. They've been terrible. The stupid selfie stick with the dumb ghost? What is that? What are you doing? I don't want to see you take a selfie with a stupid ghost. Ah!
Really?
I
think that's what the character said.
And Melissa McCarthy, I haven't seen her in Spy. I heard that's a really good movie, but in my opinion, she plays the same stupid character in every single movie she does. I didn't see. Was she on a show too? I don't remember,
Mike
but
and Molly or something.
She was probably the same character on that too. Yeah. It's just dumb. Kristen Wiig, she has some good stuff. I like her more than I like Melissa McCarthy, but I think she's getting into that thing where she just plays the same character over and over and over and over again. And Chris Hemsworth, I love the guy, but sometimes he picks the dumbest movies to be in. And this is an example because he was in Vacation. Yeah. Another movie I loved when I was a kid.
The original.
Yeah, the original. And then he was in this. This was a terrible, awful movie.
It was pretty bad.
It was just garbage. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't get it. And the stupid... Okay, turning the whole cast into a women thing... Cool.
Yeah.
Good for you. I don't care.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter.
But they're pushing it so much. No, they're pushing it, and I just don't care.
No, the thing is, when the trailer came out and it got so much hate, it's one of the most disliked videos on YouTube.
I think it is the most disliked video, and
it's the it's the second most disliked trailer behind Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. But
it's well deserved.
But once it started getting all this backlash, they sort of turned it into a marketing tool where all of the actors and the directors and stuff are all saying, "Oh, you guys are just sexist. You just don't like the idea of female Ghostbusters."
That's not it at all. Oh my gosh.
It's just it looks like your movie is garbage.
That's the same with the whole whitewashing thing with the Ghost in the Shell with
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson. Okay, whitewashing is not the biggest problem in Hollywood, people.
No. Well, I mean,
it's a problem, but it's not like the biggest problem in the world, and I don't see it with Ghost in the Shell at all. I don't understand it. Sure, she was a Japanese person in the comic. It's a comic, right?
She was actually a robot, though. So
right, she could be anything.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, the thing with that is like, sure, it would have been nice if it was an Asian actress, but like, if you're a movie studio, are you gonna pick an Asian actress and the movie makes, I don't know, $20 to $30 million in opening weekend,
right?
Or you put the most profitable actress in Hollywood, Scarlett Johansson, in it, and all of a sudden it makes $70 or $80 million opening weekend. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
The studios did the right thing. I can't wait to see Scarlett Johansson in this movie because almost every movie she's in I like. So,
but I'm reading off topic. But back to
the Ghostbusters. It's going to suck, and I hate it.
Well,
just kidding. I don't hate it. I'm going to hate it.
The review embargo lifted today, and I think the consensus is
it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm just having a hard time believing it's going to be okay. Sure, when I go and see it, I'm going to try my darndest to go see it.
You're going to go and see it?
I don't know. I haven't decided. I doubt it, but if I do see it, I'm going to try to go in with an open mind, and my open mind will be crushed, and I will hate it. That's my open mind.
I mean, if you go into it, you're not going to have very high expectations. So why would your hopes be crushed?
I don't know, man. I'm just not excited for this movie. I don't know how anybody is excited for this movie.
It's just, I don't care. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't care either. I don't care about this movie. I just don't want it to make money, so they don't make it a stupid sequel.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand it.
I mean, there's a slim chance that maybe just the marketing was terrible and the movie.
Yeah, because the director, Paul Feig, is a good director.
Yeah.
And the cast, the cast in theory is a good cast.
Yeah.
They're all good actresses and actor, I suppose. And, it makes sense that this movie should be funny and it should be good.
Right.
But every single trailer and clip they've put out has not been funny.
I don't think I've laughed at any of the stuff they put out.
I was super excited when that first trailer dropped because I liked the idea of this movie. And then it dropped and I wanted to cry. It was so sad. I couldn't believe how bad the trailer was.
I think it just boils down to it just doesn't look funny. And it's supposed to be,
It's supposed to be a comedy and it doesn't look funny. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to modernize it, but I'm going back to the selfie stick. I don't care about a stupid selfie stick with a ghost. What? I don't get it. I don't get how that's humorous. We're not a bunch of 13-year-old girls trying to take a selfie with people.
Yeah.
Well, that's my rant of the week, guys.
All right. Well, we've been going on for a while. I'd say this has been a pretty productive first episode of the Geeks with Opinions podcast.
Yes,
I have
indeed.
been Caleb Sherman. You can find me on Twitter at first name Caleb with a C. And you are?
I am Matt Corchado, and you can find me on Twitter at Matt Corchado with a C.
You might want to spell that out for.
All right. Listen up. Puerto Rican here. CORCHADO. That's how you spell my name. Don't get it wrong.
And you can find our podcast. We have an official Twitter page at
Geeks with Opinions.
No, that's not what it is. Okay, you can find our official Twitter page for the podcast at Geek Opinions Pod. And just tune in next week where we will talk about hopefully a new Rogue One trailer, about all kinds of Star Wars goodness, and just...
It's Star Wars Celebration Week, guys. Let's have a fun time. Let's not shoot people. Everybody love everybody.
Celebrate.
And then we get Comic-Con. So everybody have a great week. We're geeks. Deuces.